right has a tendency of rolling over and dying at the first sign of a little bit of resistance. And, I think that's why my father's been able to get through some of those things. So my big regret with Fynn was not taking a stronger position in favor of him. Now, I knew they did it. I knew what they tried to do to me. I got a little bit luckier in whatever it was, whether it was strategy, the willingness to push back, ability to pay insane amounts in legal fees, whatever it may be. But when I see what happened now, I say, man, even with that experience, I still had a hard time believing and reconciling that these guys could be that crooked, that they could go so far out of their way to set up a guy that is, meaning I just there has to be truth to this thing.
Can I pause?
There has to be something there, and that's why I don't want to go all in on this issue.
Right.
And now I'm seeing those notes, and it's like, what do we try to get? What's the objective? To try to get him to lie so we can fire him? Get him to lie so we can try to kill Trump? Get him to do this? I mean, the only objective they had no interest in was truth.
Right.
It had nothing to do with the truth.
Yeah.
It was all a setup. Now, again, you saw that from the Page Strzok stuff. You saw it from Brennan, who can lie in front of Congress, and Comey, and all of these sanctimonious assholes. You see that? No, come on. I'm amazed. He's been always silent. As sanctimonious as he is, he's been pretty quiet. And the fact that these guys aren't in jail when we start seeing what's coming out now, and by the way, what I can only imagine will come out in the next few weeks as they start to release these things. But what I want to know is, for the last few years, the FBI has been sitting on these things, knowing it's there, knowing it's exculpatory evidence, not giving it to Flynn's legal team. Basically, if it wasn't for his legal team being aggressive and being like, wait a second, there's got to be more to this, and pushing and pushing and pushing, this guy would have signed his life away because they went after his kid like they did to me, trying to hurt my father. I mean, it was a very similar deal. And, I wish I would have been more aggressive about it, but it was even hard for me as just a reasonable American to assume that these people could be such corrupt.
Well, and let me ask you this: do you think it was hard for you as well? Because unlike yourself, I mean, Flynn effectively admitted guilt.
But that's my point. Because he was now again, whether he was railroaded, whatever it was he was doing, they tried making him seem like a bad actor because he was a general for 30 years and he gave a speech in Turkey and they paid him. I don't know. Again, if you're that guy. You work your life, now you have an ability to do that. It was nothing wrong with it, but they made it seem like it was so wrong that I was like, man, I don't know if I can jump in on this. It's truly disgusting. It's really disheartening.
Yeah.
And again, this is not a reflection on the door kickers at the FBI. I always got to make that clear because then, CNN runs the country. Donald Trump Jr. hates agents. I don't hate agents. I hate the guys that don't carry guns.
Right.
The bureaucrats at the top, the guys that got there by being the biggest dipshits, not the door kickers.
Hold on, Don Jr. I mean this. You are like the Kim Jong-un to your dad's Kim, but I mean that in the best way. You are all the good parts of your dad, except Kim Jong-il had no redeeming qualities. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you are turned up to an 11 in that you're you know what? I don't really care. I don't really need to be appreciated by the media. Please run.
I'm not a politician. I don't have to play in that game. I'm not in the White House. I can say what so many of us are actually thinking, and I just don't care if they try to cancel me. They've been trying to throw me in jail. Getting canceled is the least of my concerns.
Right. Although in jail, getting canceled is a euphemism for what happens with your bunkmates. So I would still keep your head on a swivel. But I tell you what, I would chop off my arms and legs. I would just be nubbling on the show if you were to run for governor of Michigan and kick that Whitmer out. That is a fight that I would so love to see. I know it's one of those matchups like a gorilla versus a grizzly bear, but oh my God, that's a dream of mine.